life. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. I like big butts. I cannot lie. I like big butts. I cannot lie. Why? That's why I got one. Ha!
This is
Sir Mix-a-Lot, I'm not.
Christmas music.
From which island?
North America.
Now that sounded Christmas, but that thump 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 that didn't sound Christmas. Hello, Kelly. How we doing? How ya doing tonight?
I can't believe you just had that conversation right before we went live.
I know Facebook's in the house. Felicia, Lanaya, Kay.
Hey there, everyone.
Kay. Nancy.
Boy, am I glad you guys missed the conversation we just had.
I told you it was graphic, but nobody would believe me how graphic it was. So, and then everybody's like, go ahead, say it. And I'm like, all right. So I said it, and then they're like, ah.
Something like that.
It is Happy Taco Tuesday, but I had chickens. MF, is that Monday through Friday, male, female? What's MF stand for? Moon Fun.
Sister
Mom.
is doing good. She's doing good. Thank God. Thank you for asking, everyone. Doing good so far. So far, so good. I don't want to jinx anything. It's still only a couple of weeks out, but
when that bass plays, it sounds like it's a blown speaker. Hey, Christina.
So I'm still a little bit of shock. So
over what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I'm trying to change what's in my mind to something else, and it's not working very well right now.
I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies.
Oh man,
does that help any?
No, not really.
Hurry, everybody clap. Bring Tinkerbell back to life.
What are you talking about? Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Christmas is Sunday the 25th, right?
Yes, a week from Sunday. Speaking of which, shopwithbambam.com.
Oh, we're almost
delivery before Christmas.
We're almost at the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
I think that's tomorrow.
Go to shopwithbambam.com. Guaranteed delivery for Christmas. Until Friday. If it's in stock, they're guaranteeing delivery.
How's everybody doing this December?
Well, it's all right. It's started raining here, and it's gonna rain all flipping day tomorrow. Feel like I'm in Texas. Because every time I go to Texas, all it does is rain. Turn the music down just a bit.
Okay. Kind of sounds like Michael Bublé slightly, but
I was thinking Kenny G.
You wouldn't hear the singing. You'd only hear the...
But I like Kenny G. I don't like Michael Bubble.
You know what I don't hear enough of? Harry Connick Jr. Dude can sing.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Then again, so can Barry White. And so can Elvis Presley.
So I'm going to do one of those, I hate when people do this, but people do it.
Why do they do it?
And they people who are online anyway, like YouTubers or whatever. It's one of the rules. They say don't ever say this.
But they say it.
Yeah. And
So
that
they break the
is,
rule.
I wasn't going to go online today, but I decided to, or something like that. I wasn't going to go online, but I changed my mind.
I wasn't going to go online, but something grabbed my ass and told me to do it different.
Yeah. And we are going to have someone else joining us.
Oh, we are. Hi. It's Fat Albert. Oh, wait, we can't do that. We have to be nice now. Oh,
yeah,
so
for one, he ain't fat, and his name is not Albert either. So, what up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Oops. Hey,
Let me get rid
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yep.
Man, when you said fat or whatever, I started going, oh my God, you could see me in my shirt. I'm like,
So, anybody watch the news today, like Fox News Network or anything today?
Probably, yeah.
Well, this morning, evidently.
By the way, everyone, this is a show about nothing. It's about whatever comes up.
Yeah. So this and I didn't catch a name, but this military personnel, and I think he was Navy. I think he was a Navy guy. Transitioned to a woman, and now he is transitioning back to a man because the doctors told him from a young age that he was transgender, and he wasn't transgender. He was just
what?
Oh yeah, and he's pissed because they're not telling these little kid. These kids go see these doctors and go, "Oh, I'm a tomboy. I like doing things that boys do." Oh, well, you're transgender. You're supposed to be a boy. So he's come up with this crusade that he's launching against the woke generation, which is about freaking time somebody needs to.
Yeah, that's been going on heavily this year, and definitely part of last year was detransitioning or transitioning regrets.
Yeah,
and
that's
for some,
because doctors are forcing it on people.
Yep.
I don't know about doctors, but I don't think they get it. Like women, once you cut off your breasts because you don't want to have any, they're not going to grow back.
No, I mean
same thing with a guy. You're going to snip your bits there, then that's it.
You don't get those back. They're gone forever. But women, you can have augmentation, so you can get boobs back.
Yeah,
well, I got boobs right now, but I'm trying to lose them. They're called, what do they call my daughter? Called them moobs. I'm admitting it.
Go to South Dakota. I know a doctor that can help you out with that.
I know by different
very
name,
reasonably priced too. and this guy's he's amazing. He can get the insurance to pay for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep them then.
Yeah, so I don't know. Detransitioning has been a huge topic this year.
Huge.
Yeah,
yep.
And we're talking about people who have started the surgical transition, or what, I don't know what they call that final step, the gender reassignment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, a year later or whatever time later, they're like, "Oh crap, this is not what I want."
Yeah.
And I remember a time, where I grew up, trans was always a thing. And there was always conversation about, if you want the gender reassignment, you had to go through like 2 years of counseling, living as that gender for 2 years. And they had to know you were mentally sane,
prepared and able to deal with it.
Not that it was just a temporary feeling one season and then, you're going to want to switch back. So why it became okay to just, probably money, right? Just to transition people, just to do the surgery and all that crap. It's
quite money costly, or it was. I don't know if it still is, but I remember back in the 90s, they were talking, it was like $200,000 to go from male to female.
Oh, wow.
And that included, the whole getting the bits removed, the whole breast implants, the reversal of the voice box, having it shaved and turned around.
Oh,
So
I
you
never heard of that.
sounded more female. Now the
Wow.
voice box thing
They shave
is
the Adam's apple too a little bit.
yeah. You either had a choice. You could shave it, which you were still guaranteed to talk, and it would make your voice a little higher, or you could flip it around. And if you flipped it around, you had about a 60% chance that you'd still be able to talk.
Wow. You know, the other thing too is I always learn this. There's I don't know if it's Mary J. Blige or somebody sing a song like you can't think like a man, something like that. Like you're a woman, you can't think like a man. You can be a man all you want or try to be, but you can't think like one.
I think I remember hearing something about that.
Something like that. Yeah, because a lot of guys that have been divorced will sit there and say, my wife's always asking questions and what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, women think differently than men. So I think you can change it not biologically, but physically, but mentally, you're always going to be a woman.
Yeah.
Or
a man, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. I always had questions with that.
And that's true. And I don't think any amount of preparing or whatever, even if you must live as a woman for 5 years.
Right.
Even if they do that, I think mentally they're still going to think like a male.
Yeah. Because I have older kids and I have 2 younger kids now, and I make it their choice. If they ask me, I tell them, I say, hey, look, that's somebody's right, and you love them just like you love anybody else. That's me. But then you have some parents that are devout Christians, and the kids are like, well, I heard it's not bad, so I'm not going to church. It's crazy stuff. I just feel it's important for everybody to be accepted, but sometimes it's real hard when some of those surgeries are like, Mom, that's a guy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And then not even that. How about when parents want to transition their kids at a young age and start what do they call them? Hormone blockers or whatever?
Yeah,
what the hell, man?
I have a hard time with that one.
And we're talking about stuff that should be illegal,
Yep. Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Somebody's asking if we stop VT Chronicles right now. VT Chronicles, yeah, I'm not interested in that right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So as of right now, VT Chronicles is, I don't know what's happening to it. I just know I'm not going to continue that right now.
Vanessa's put in the freezer. Manny put Vanessa in the freezer.
Put her in the freezer.
Oh.
Yeah. In the basement down there in the cellar.
Locked her up, chained her to the wall. Occasionally we'll throw her a bone, maybe a dry biscuit roll, and an old hot bottle of water.
Put the lotion in the basket. And then,
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm not real interested in that. Not in the least. I mean, I've watched some of the nonsense that she's put out since her last court appearance, and I'm just
and her next court appearance is in January, and supposedly that's going to be the one where we actually are doing the criminal court cases, and it's set in stone. We're going to actually do it, but we'll find out if they're going to actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, I will know what happens and definitely find out and talk about it afterwards. But stuff like that, sure. But as a daily running thing, yeah, I think that's over. I think I'm done with that. It doesn't interest me.
And I may do something with it. I don't know. I mean, she's not starting. She is boring me. Although I tried to push her buttons, and she blocked me.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, the old
Blockster.
She finally pulled the trigger on Bam.
Yeah, so if I do it, I'm gonna have to make a false account, and then I'm gonna have to download, and I'm gonna have to learn how to broadcast, and it's like, do I have that kind of time? Do I have that kind of energy? I don't know. But do I want to do food porn with Vanessa? Abso-freaking-lutely do I.
Yeah, food porn.
That was funny. I'm not going to deny that. The food porn segment was absolutely a winner. That's for sure.
I never saw it, and I can imagine it. So.
Oh, you missed some good ones.
Out.
She was making love to a cheeseburger, some kind of chili cheeseburger or something.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, and jalapeno poppers. Oh, she
And
really loved
chorizo and
them.
sausages and everything.
The
Oh, yeah.
breakfast tacos.
She left the
one day.
sausages alone, or what?
Oh, she went wild on that sausage. Let me tell you,
I was
it
just
was a
joking.
sit and spin situation.
No,
Like she literally.
she got like 2 breakfast tacos from Stripes. One was like the Q taco, I think, and another one was something else. And she tried them both and compared. I don't know, but
Oh wow.
when she enjoys something, like what was she eating that she was really enjoying? Was that chili cheeseburger
I think so.
from Whataburger? The chili
Oh.
cheeseburger, and sitting in her car eating that thing, and I mean,
Yeah,
she
she's
was.
like-
we're talking eyes closed and making
Oh yeah,
noises.
I mean
and
she was
stuff.
just like, and then she go, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, oh.
He was doing that.
Oh yeah.
No, we could not imagine that, man.
Oh, man, it was so
I couldn't
funny.
imagine.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many orgasms Vanessa hit that night, but she hit quite a few just off of one burger.
Hell, I know she probably got the shits off that thing because that chili thing is like that. She didn't put that on there, did she? Oh, that
I don't even know if she talked about that the day after.
never again.
Although I'm guessing her system already knows how to handle that.
Yeah,
junk.
with all the shit she eats. I mean, she doesn't know how to cook, so she's got to eat out all the time.
Well, I don't know if she doesn't know how to cook, but she doesn't cook.
Well,
She's
yeah,
always-
that's what I meant.
Yeah, everything she eats is out, and then she did the jalapeno poppers, the bacon wrap jalapeno poppers, and she was enjoying those things too.
Jesus.
Yeah, she was just.
Again, this one, yeah.
You weren't enjoying her.
Come to mama.
Manny.
Come to
I don't know
mama.
who was enjoying it more, Bam or Vanessa.
No, you were enjoying. He was making you laugh.
I was enjoying Bam. Enjoying Vanessa.
I would have, I would have been like, "Oh Lord," I'd have been crying.
Oh, I think I had people up in here laughing so hard they were crying.
Well, no, I'd be crying. I'd be crying because that's just. Oh, but so any Christmas stuff going on?
Well, I got a Christmas tree behind me.
Is that Chicago?
Oh, you do. That's right.
Bam, are you in Chicago?
Well,
Or not in Chicago?
It's actually a disclosed location.
I am in a disclosed location.
Okay, he's in the Midwest somewhere, in Western. He's in the United States of America. That's all that matters.
I am in the Midwest where we are allowed to carry firearms. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do.
I got you.
I do carry firearms.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. They're one of the good guys.
I don't know. I know it's close to Christmas. So the 12 days starts today?
I don't know. Are we actually 12 days away from Christmas?
Yep. 13th.
Oh, yeah. So it is today.
So I'm going to, if anybody tries to terrorize me on the 12th day of Christmas and all that, I'm not doing it because.
Well, what did we get on the 12 days of Christmas? On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12.
Wait a minute.
Lords
Doesn't
of
the
Leaping.
song start on the first day of Christmas?
I don't know. I've only heard the song 10 million times and can't even think of what the first day
I
is.
know.
Exactly, Nadia, because
Lanford,
Lanford, Illinois does not exist. So, yes, I am Roseanne's neighbor.
That's right. In Lanford.
Oh, it's a partridge. Okay.
Yes. But
Is it,
it's 12 Lords of Leaping. If we're on the 12 days of Christmas, we got to count down. So it's 12 Lords of Leaping today.
But it's not a countdown. I think it starts on day 1 on the first day of Christmas. Yeah.
Well, then we got to wait till Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one.
I don't know. No, I
mean,
think
do we count up or do we count down?
We're counting up starting today.
Speaking of counting up.
Unless I'm wrong. Somebody can.
So you know what I heard today? And this is really weird.
Yo, Tink, what's up? Welcome.
Tink. I love Tinkerbell. So in Korea, the day you are born, you are 1 year old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Say what?
The day you are born, you are 1 year old.
What you talking about, Willis?
So every year after that, they add a year. But, this is where it gets ugly. Starting January 1st, they're doing it the way we do it.
Oh.
So what's going to happen to all those people that...
So now everybody's got to subtract a year off their age.
No way.
Yes.
I mean, you're pulling my leg on that one.
No, I'm serious. I heard it on the radio today.
Well, some people might like that. Some
don't know
people
what's
might want to
worse.
save a year.
I don't know what's worse, that or Y2K. Remember the Y2K thing?
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
I
the
was
Y2K.
Everybody took their money out and all that shit. I was like,
Hey, Kate.
I
and
wonder.
they said,
So
that
I
was
wonder.
crazy.
I wonder if they're going to leave everyone up until that day, leave them the way they were, and everybody knew starting January 1 is going to be under the normal system.
and that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know where. I wouldn't begin to know what to do with myself with that situation. I mean, am I
Is that North Korea
29
or
or
South
am I
Korea?
28? I don't know. They just said Korea.
Oh shit! I wouldn't
I'm
doubt if
guessing-
it's North Korea, but
I'm going to guess a normal Korea. Maybe they're trying to get normal.
Yeah, I'd be like, am I 29 or 28?
it's not religious or anything, right?
No, that's just the way they did it. The day
Oh.
you came out, you were 1 year old. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense because it takes
Almost
9
a year.
months to make you.
Yeah.
Well, it takes 3 months to hit it, and then once it's conceived, it might take you like 20 tries to hit it. So if that's
I don't know anything.
yeah,
about
that's a
it.
year. I got it. It's a year.
Come over here, kid.
I
Did you guys
remember
see
you.
this? Did you guys? I saw this. I heard it. Actually, I heard it on Howard Stern. Then I went to go look for it.
Kate, we did
Those-
see food porn at one time with Vanessa, but we didn't see any food porn tonight.
There was
Oh.
a guy in New York in the subway who was threatening to commit suicide. Now, he chose to do this at rush hour. It's the afternoon, right?
Oh no!
And what's going on in the afternoon in New York or anywhere for that matter? You want to go home. So he's
Right.
down there on the track threatening to touch that third rail.
Oh, that's crazy.
So instead of trying to get people to rescue him, everybody's pissed off because it's the afternoon. They want to go home. You get people yelling at him saying, just do it. If you're going to do it, just do it already. You know, get it over with.
Oh no!
And it
That's
was
not
so
going to get
funny.
you home any quicker.
Oh,
No.
I know. Yeah. If they thought about it, it'd make things worse. They
Yeah.
never get out of there.
That's
And
crazy.
it reminds me how people used to commit suicide in New York a lot by jumping out of high rises. And a crowd would gather and they would tell them, jump, jump, jump. And they would all chant, jump, jump. And
That's great.
encouraging the guy to just go ahead and do it and get it over with or whatever.
No,
How do they do that? Like I'd be afraid of heights. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do it either.
Yeah.
But you know, if they wanted to get home quicker, why didn't they like 2 or 3 guys grab him, take him to the men's room, tie him up, and lock him up in the stall, and then just forget about it.
Well, the tricky part is he's standing
Yeah.
right there by that third rail. So if you get
Wow.
into a scuffle or something, you're going to fall on it as well, and you're all gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can touch rail 1 and 2, just stay away from rail 3. That's the one that'll kill you.
Yep.
Rail 3's the ones.
Yeah, and it's not the voltage; it's the amps in it. I forgot how many amps are in that. Enough to push the train, I know, but the amps is what
Wow.
gets you. And if you're touching that guy, I mean, you're going. Everybody's going.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So I just find it funny how New Yorkers, you hear the stories, but yeah, there's kind people. I know there are kind people everywhere, but when people are saying, just do it, get her over with already. You want to die? You want to touch the third rail? Just go ahead. Let us get on with our lives already. I just find it
Crazy.
hilarious.
I always find it fascinating when I drive in where it's extremely cold and there's like trains and whatever, and they light the train tracks on fire to keep them hot. I always find that extremely
Oh wow.
entertaining.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen that where the whole I don't know for how many miles or yards or whatever, but the individual, the left and right tracks, just they're up in flames just on that metal.
Yeah. And I wonder if they do that to keep the metal warm, so it's flexible when the trains go over the top of it. So when they go over the top, it doesn't like snap the iron. I wonder if that's why they do it.
Wow. I don't know that, man. I was in Detroit and all that, but I never lived around the subways or anything like that. Those
I
trains.
wonder if they're just trying to melt ice that's like right on the top of the rail.
I guess that would make sense too.
Wow. It's
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah, so that's a very festive thought. I don't know. I guess this is the season where people can have. I don't know. Some people get very festive, but then other people get very sad, right?
This
Just
is,
Yeah,
I think this is one of the highest times of unaliving there is, because a
yeah,
lot of people get depressed with no family, or less family around. You missing the loved ones. Yeah, so I think that
yeah.
this is a lot of time where people get very sentimental, and they're like wanting to unalive themselves, or drink themselves into a complete stupor, and then they wind up in a loony bin for 3 days, and they're like, "What the hell am I doing on a 72-hour hold? What are you talking about? I'm crazy."
That's and you guys appreciate you bringing it up because I'm a disabled veteran, and it for a long time it took me like people that knew me down here. I was kind of a public person, official, whatever you want to call me, and nobody really ever knew I was a disabled veteran, and it was anxiety and severe depression,
Yeah,
and people are like, well, I'm not depressed right now. It's like depression is the realest of all reals.
yeah.
And you don't have to be like, I don't feel depressed today.
yeah,
It's not
Oh
about
yeah,
that. What happens is it hits at a certain time and they're triggers. And, I'm
oh
not
yeah,
Dr. Chris, but I will tell you this from personal experience. Like Christmas was probably the hardest holiday on me because I lost my dad just before Christmas. But
mm,
I've learned what I'm getting at is if people just volunteer, you don't have to be a former depressed person to help somebody. You just need to make a phone call and say, hey man, talked to you in a long time. You doing all right? Yeah. And then they might be negative. They might say, oh yeah, I got this and I'm taking this. And sometimes it gets old hearing it, but you don't know how much that person would really appreciate that,
yeah,
especially nowadays with technology like this. And people, there's another thing too. You have to bury the hatchet at one point. Even if it's for 1 minute, you have a family member, just 1 minute, suck
yeah.
your pride in because you know, you don't know what's going to happen. I have a stepfather. I haven't talked to him in 2 years right now. And I feel the
Oh,
guiltiest on this earth because I'm the type of guy to, I like to walk the talk and all that stuff. And earlier today, this is weird that you're saying this, but I'm going to call him tomorrow. Because
good.
it's the only thing to do.
What
I mean,
happens is, grudges are held, right? And people don't talk to each other, and then, God forbid, but somebody passes away,
yep,
and then you're like, damn it, I
exactly.
should have talked to him. I wish I would have,
Yep,
talked to him or whatever to clear it up,
yep.
because then
And
none of it matters at that point.
it doesn't. It's just one of those things. It's just we forget to be people sometimes. We forget that the biggest part of us we don't show others. Like I've done it before, and they go, "I never thought you really cared, Chris." I'm like, "Man, I've been your friend for 20 years." They're like, yeah, but nobody cares about me. And I said, dude, you didn't tell me to call you tonight, did you? And he goes, no. I said, well, there you go. Think
Right?
about you all the time. We did some things in the military that just like you can't make it up.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't matter how many years you're behind. I could tell one of my friends something that happened. He'd be crying, laughing. He could have the biggest amount of depression in the world. I would still make him laugh. So, anyways, I'm glad you brought that up with the depression thing. So
Yeah. If you guys got any grudges out there with people, I think this is the right season. I mean, it's always the right time, but
yep.
if you haven't
They
done
may
it
not
yet,
answer you. They
yeah,
may not answer your call. You may text, you may not get a response, whatever. They know, they see it. They see the call, they see the text. Let them live with it or do whatever. Just
yeah,
do it. Reach out because you never know.
yeah.
You never
yeah.
know.
And that's not even about being the bigger man or the better man. It's just,
Hmm.
what? Just bury it and get on with your life. You'll be able to get on with your life as well.
Yep.
Holding a grudge or having something there between two people is just it bothers, and you might not think it bothers you, but it does affect you.
Yep.
And once you acknowledge it and you say, you know what, this happened, whatever, you know what, I don't care. That was back then. Let's start fresh right now if you want, or whatever. Or
Yep.
like they say, forgive and forget, but I know you don't forget. Many people won't forget.
Yeah.
But
And
you
that's
can,
a good thing you said that too, because you don't have to forget it.
Yeah, it's
Just-
easy to forgive. It's
Yeah.
you'll never forget.
Yep. And don't get me wrong. There's things that people do to others that I would be like, okay, I could never call and forgive them. I mean, me, like Well, no, I can't say never. It would be the hardest thing in the world for me to forgive that person.
Yeah.
But I get through it somehow or another.
Kate, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much.
They have a suicide prevention line number. I don't have it with me, but
oh, the hotline has changed, right?
Yeah, there's some type of new thing.
I think it's 988 is the number.
988 on the phone.
Yeah, and I had that on here. So do I have it on here?
And if there's any veterans out there, there probably are. I mean, or if you have family that are veterans, the number that you call, they have a 24-hour, not just a suicide prevention, all that stuff, but there's a counselor in every VA, not branch, but I can't think of it right now. The Valley Coastal Bend is the one I go to, and then there's San Antonio, and there's all over the place. Anyways, they will talk to you, and admittingly so, a month ago I had to call. And it wasn't me doing anything. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to do that. I just felt, you know what? Let me call them. I just want to talk.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to talk, and it could be about anything.
And I've got tons of people to call, and I thought, no, I'm going to call somebody. It's going to be neutral. I just had some questions I needed answered. Man, that lady was like, she was good. And anyway, it was almost like I called my cousin or something. And I was like, hey, thanks. Because I don't want to bother people with things, And
you might not realize
it.
You might not realize it, but at the time when you're talking to somebody and they're actually paying attention, listening, sometimes it doesn't matter who it is. Just the fact that you're getting it out off your shoulders is a relief,
Yep. And that's, a lot of people, a lot of family members may be listening on here and stuff where, like, if your family who's a vet says they don't care, well, they may have had some situations where it appeared that they didn't care. And there are some people that work in the VA, just like anywhere else, that really don't care. Yeah. But I've been for over 30 years now, and I've always felt it. I've always felt cared for. But do every other veteran a favor. If you find somebody that's like that, please go to the next person and talk to them.
Yeah.
But you gotta also be proactive. Because I will go up to the person if I see, I'll be like, you must be having a bad day. And they'll look at me and I said, thank you for helping us. I know you get a lot of crap and stuff, but we really appreciate what you're doing for us. Man, it's the total opposite, and that person will never be rude to somebody again.
Right.
So I'm just throwing you my 2 cents of
that's good. That's very good.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think now's the time to reach out to people who you haven't talked to in a while.
Yep.
For whatever the reason, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
And I'm just speaking from personal experience here, because I have held grudges for extremely long, many years, almost a decade. I've held a grudge, and I can never say I'm sorry now. I can never repair it.
That's why you got to do it, man. You never know when that person or that situation, whatever you're dealing with, is from one day to the next. Now they're gone. It's like, damn.
Yep.
And I mean, my mom, when she passed, I was, after the fact, I was like, damn, I should have spent more time. I should have done more stuff with her. And it's like you always wait until it's too late.
Yeah.
So if you guys got people out there, or elders, or family members, or friends that you haven't talked to for a while, or whatever,
don't let it be too late.
Yeah, you could make somebody's day just by reaching out. They had no idea you were going to call them.
Yep.
Maybe they even forgot about you, perhaps. But just the fact that you reach out and make a phone call, like, that you could change somebody's year. You can change somebody's year.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's good that you talked about that. Now we can be on to happier stuff. We probably just made a bunch of people happy, by the way.
I hope so.
Yeah, we give them big virtual hugs.
Oh God, don't say that.
I think I made a bunch of people happy earlier when I was imitating the food porn.
I'm sure you did.
Made a lot of people happy. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I don't like that virtual hug stuff, man. It's kind of weird sometimes. It's like,
yeah, anyway. Virtual hugs were like weird, but okay, whatever. But until somebody we used to stream a lot used to do those, and it was like, oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
want to
like-
hug. I wouldn't. Yeah, no. I mean, you hear about cooties and bugs and things. I mean, do you get virtual bugs too?
I wouldn't
I mean,
doubt
is
it.
that a thing?
Virtual cooties.
Yeah, that has to be. It's called what do they have? I mean, you have viruses in your computer, so you gotta have
There you have it. There it is, right there.
bugs. That's right. But these are
Oh.
real bugs, Bam. You're talking about real crawly,
Creepy
pinchy,
crawlies.
pokey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy
I haven't
crawlies.
seen one yet. But I'm sure they're there.
Hey, so what's your take on crypto? You guys know anything about crypto?
Oh, yeah, I lost my ass.
Oh, I know people who are way upside down on crypto.
Yeah, I
Right.
never stayed with that stuff, man. I didn't. I'm just a cold hard cash in my hand guy. That I'm like, oh Lord.
Are you thinking about the crypto king, the billionaire that like transferred money from one company of his to the other company, and now he's like broke and everybody
Well,
lost money?
Yeah, I think he's got money, but yes, a lot of people lost a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
state of Florida was smart. They took all their money out.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What was
the
that?
state of Florida had money invested with this guy, and they're like, yeah, no, we're pulling, we're done with you.
See, that's crazy.
What's
I think the
guy's
Miami
name?
Heat, SK or STK or something. What is it called?
FTO.
Close. They have an arena in Miami. I mean, they bought the
FTX.
he bought the rights. FTX, Jesus. Okay.
Looking
but-
for the guy's name because the dude took off to the Bahamas or something.
Yep,
What's his name?
the
Sam
Bahamas.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, first off, what guy hyphenates their last name? I mean, who does that?
I only know some athletes, but that's different.
I don't know that I've seen men do it. I know women do it.
Well, I get women do it because they keep their maiden name for professional reasons. What I got that, but why would a guy hyphenate his last name?
I never thought about that, but I do know there's football players that have it. But some of that's like Pierre Paul, the defensive lineman, Jason Pierre Paul or something like that. But that has a lot to do with like maybe cultural stuff, maybe in other countries. But I've never thought about that. It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
It's got me stumped.
I mean, it does, and I only got a couple $100 into it in one of these accounts, but so it started with $200, and then at one point it went up to $600 a few months ago, and then it just tanked, and it's been hovering at $300. You know, I get the little notifications every day. Oh, it's up 5%. Oh, it's down 5%. Oh, it's up 5%. It just goes up and down, up and down. It just stays there. It's like, is that ever going to become a thing? Is that ever going to? Well, what was the whole deal with crypto? Oh, if it ever reaches $1, any of the Bitcoin stuff,
Oh wow.
if it ever reaches $1, many people will be very wealthy.
So, did you buy Bitcoin or what did you buy?
I don't even freaking know. What do I got? Let me take a look. I've got. Let's see. The account is through Robinhood. Doji.
Oh, Doggy Coin.
Yep.
Okay, that I own some of that. I did. I bought some of that, and I sold it. And the only reason I bought it is because Elon Musk bought it, and what's his nuts? The guy that owns football. He's on the Sharks. I can't think of his name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Football team?
Yeah, he owns a football team. Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Oh, basketball team.
Oh, whoever, whatever.
Football, basketball.
He bought some of that doggy coin for his kid, like $10,000 worth of it
Jesus.
for one of his kids, and that's the only reason I bought it. And then I'm like, God, it's not going anywhere. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I know that you got to hang on to it for like 20 years for it to go anywhere and make any money. And I don't have that kind of time in me. Just give me my $200 back. I need my $200.
Oh, so you got it back.
I really wish I would have bought freaking Bitcoin back in the late 80s, early 90s when it first came out and they were talking about it. You get, give us, you get 35 Bitcoins for $1.
Yeah.
And okay, well, what's a Bitcoin worth? Well, fucking nothing right now. But in the future, okay, if I would have done 35, if I would have bought $20 worth, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then you hear this story about this guy was so poor, all he owned was Bitcoin, and it wasn't worth shit. And dude's like, I'll give you 200 Bitcoins if somebody will just buy me a pizza and have it delivered to my house. Yeah, and somebody did. That. They delivered a pizza to his house, and he gave him 200 Bitcoins. You know how many millions of dollars that pizza cost that kid?
Right?
Jesus.
I need to get somebody who's very well versed on this because...
Yeah, because
I'm wondering if
I'm not trying to be quiet, but I'm like, oof.
Right?
I just see a bunch of people lose their ass. I was like, oh my God.
Well, and I did lose my ass on Bitcoin. I mean, at one time I did actually make like $1,500, and I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Take it out.
And then a week later, it's like, I just lost $2,000.
You owed $1,500.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, this is just too much. I can't take the up, the down, and the stress of it. It's like, just give me my damn money. I'll take my losses and go.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Maybe I'll get somebody who can explain Bitcoin to like regular people.
Yeah, it's just everybody. The only place people get their news, they get their news on whatever channel they watch on the computer or whatever, TV. And there's so many different opinions and so many this and that, and you can be with them.
Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true, people.
And with Bitcoin, when you get, Elon Musk makes a move of some kind, or if he speaks or says something,
it's like boom,
it takes off. It just
Well, and the guy is a genius, and everything he touches turns to gold, and that's why I bought the doggy coin to begin with. I'm like, oh, he knows something. And then when a report came out going, oh, well, Tesla's taking doggy coin as payment. It's like, all right, now that's actually going to go someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking.
It didn't go anywhere. Or not fast enough for me.
Yeah, and then all this stuff. Speaking of, now we switch over to Twitter. Chris, we haven't got your take on this. So Elon Musk is releasing all this data, all this information, all these tweets, and all these conversations, where it's become very obvious that they were pushing Donald Trump out and censoring him and keeping conservatives, for the most part, censored or quiet, and all that's coming. It's finally coming out right now.
Yep.
And I know some people don't believe it, but it's like, there it is in tweets, man,
I'm gonna tell you what. Now that I'm getting older, I just look back on things and I can remember everybody. Oh, I stay away from politics. You remember how grandparents, everybody be like, oh, we don't talk about politics in this house. We stay away from it. Yeah, because there was no technology and things where people could twist it. You know what I mean? You got your news from encyclopedias, your stories, and they're like, if it was 5 years ago, But now everybody's supposed to be either Republican or Democrat. And it's far from that.
Yeah.
To me, it's far from it. It's like, I'm not either. I kind of walk that line. I'm like, no. I said, this isn't religion. This is politics. And when someone says, I'm getting off Twitter, I don't know if it was Whoopi or who the hell it was, but I'm getting, well, go. Who cares if you're getting off? Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Just leave if you want. It's freedom. Do whatever you got.
I find it annoying people that these celebrities are announcing, I'm leaving Twitter. Like,
if you don't do this, I'm
it's like,
leaving.
Who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
if he's elected president, I'm going to pack up and leave the country. Fracking go. Let me come over. I'll help you pack, Whoopi. Because trust me, I love you acting. I love you acting.
Stay in your lane.
Actress. but you want to leave the fracking country? Give me your address. I'll come pack you up. I'll even drive your ass to Canada and kick you out.
Yeah, somebody should go back. Somebody, a journalist or news outfit, go back and find out how many celebrities said, "Oh, if Trump wins, I'm moving to Canada," and see if they actually moved.
Not one.
And the thing is nobody's willing to debate. See, they put something on Facebook and then people slam it. And I got sick and tired of it. The other day I was putting something on there, and then this lady who was always she's crazy on I don't even waste my time on her. She's like, "It's you people," and I'm like, "What do you mean me people? You Mr. Trump?" I'm like, "I don't like Trump. I'm not a big Trump fan. I'm big on what he did. He did a lot of good things, and I've known him back 40 years when he was a boxing guy in Atlantic City and promoter. Those people nowadays, they don't know all that. Okay, you never see that on TV. You never see, and he goes, he went bankrupt. And I'm like, yeah, pull up the top 500 corporations in the country that file bankruptcy, and you're going to see almost every business files it. So it's not a thing of, I can't do my finances. It's the other way around. He's using those loopholes that were created,
Here's your choice: Hillary or Trump. Okay,
that's all you have to say.
Hillary's already been in the White House.
That's all you have to say.
So we know what happened in that era.
Yeah.
And here we have Trump promising all these other things. Okay. What a concept. Well, first of all, he wasn't a politician, so hey, that's got my vote right there.
That was what the whole point was. Yep.
There's my vote right there. Yep. He's not a politician, so he's not going to lie to your ass.
And he did what he said he was going to do.
Exactly.
He did it.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the man either. I mean, his mouth went off, did all this without checking with the brain first. Same problem I have sometimes. But he said what he was going to do, and I mean, he was a phenomenal. I mean, he wasn't a phenomenal. He was a good president. I mean, Ronald Reagan, another actor, not a politician. Great president. Why? Not a politician. Why does Congress hate him? Because they can't control him. There's nothing they can hang over their head and go, we can't control you. We can't buy you. We can't do, because you're not a politician. What do you want? Exactly. You don't want anything.
Yep. And that's the other thing too. I listen to people. I talk to my kids about it, and they're like, "Yeah, he's the worst president ever." And I mean, they never had that much bad information on somebody. I was like, guys, don't forget, when you were born, we didn't have a cell phone. Mm-hmm. You know how many presidents right now are rolling around in their graves sitting here going, "Thank God I didn't have social media."
Right.
I mean, all of them. I don't care who they are. I mean, this is the funny thing. I think I go more to the right than left, but I don't usually divulge this, but I voted for Obama twice. Nobody would know that. Hello, if I know anybody out there, I mean, I didn't. That doesn't make me a different person, but I will tell you this: I got bamboozled.
Everybody got bamboozled with him and his affordable health care. Let me tell you, health care is not affordable now. If it's not broke, don't fix it, Obama, because what you did was you frecked it up beyond belief.
Yeah, we can, the thing is, like I was telling you, can go back and forth. And what ends up happening is the people that stay on the computer more than anybody else, like doing news and, commenting and stuff, a lot of them think they actually know more. It's like, no, what our country doesn't have, we don't have it in high schools anymore, is debating.
Yep.
Debate. Learn. Like, learn from that person and say, look, why did you support Trump? Because of this, this, this. Well, why did you support Biden? Well, because of this, this, this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I supported Biden for was the crazy house or the put him out to pasture and let him,
I gotta say this though. I'll feel. At first, I was like, how many people have 80, 85-year-old grandparents? And you go, okay, we gotta go hear Grandpa's stories again. God, I like going over there because he falls asleep in 15 minutes. We're good. Well, you have a man, the most powerful guy in the world, and it's not his fault he's that age. And they go, well, he's really good at speaking. I say, yeah, he's been there 50 years in politics. It's. I mean, can you imagine doing that? I mean, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. I think that, like, your show, Manny, and I'm so glad I caught up with you after a year. This is debate, and you even say it on there. You say no blocking here or something like that.
Yeah, everybody got their opinion in a comment. You can say whatever you want.
Yep.
I'm not going to block you just because you disagree with
Yep.
whatever I may be.
Unless if you get abusive, then that's a different story.
That's a whole different world. I can go toe to toe on that one.
I'm
But
the
I'll
only
tell you
one around
thing.
here that can get abusive.
Yes, and I've learned from that. So I'm like very pro Bam. So we're there, man. But people would sit here and watch us right now and be, hey, that guy, that Chris guy, whoever he is, oh, he's that guy that he's Trump and he lied and voted for Obama. No, it's not about that.
Yeah.
I don't vote for that. Like right now, where's the squad? Where's the squad?
Where is the squad? Exactly.
The squad is on vacation.
They can't stand by, and there's so much infighting in there. I know two people, and they're not my buddies, but me, I was around politics a little bit down here in the valley. I know two people up there. And I heard a story one day that said, you have no idea how much they fight between themselves.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then this is one thing I'd be remiss if I didn't say it, but like, you don't have Trumpsters or Republicans. There's a very small percentage now compared to before.
Yeah.
And you've got your your mids, and then you got your far rights, and you got all this. Don't clump them together. Because mark my words, and if I'm wrong, I'll get a food porn channel for you, Bam and Manny. But I will tell you this: Trump is being focused on the media, and the insurrection is. That is a smokescreen, and I think, in my opinion, the left is going to be really hurting because of that, because he will not get the presidential bit. That's just me talking.
Well, yeah,
because of this last election,
he's down with DeSantis and Trump for presidency, and I'd like to see Trump run for president, and he will.
Yeah. You need somebody to.
But will he win? I don't think he'll win. Do I want him to win? Yeah, but I don't think he will.
That's a good way to say it, because right now he put a lot of bad taste with it was supposed to be a red wave and there wasn't. Whatever. I don't even get into all of it. It depends on which news media you watch. One had a wave, one didn't, one whatever. That's why I'm just saying that, just debate, But anyways, that was good telling you that, because now I got it off my chest.
Good. Trump did a lot of great things when he was in office. He did everything he said he was going to do, but towards the end of his reign, so to speak, or so to say, is where he started screwing up.
Yes.
He started acting like a 2-year-old baby.
Yep.
And he fit the Macy's Trump baby in the diaper balloon. That's how he was acting.
You hit it right on the nail.
Do I think that the election was stolen from him? Hell yeah, especially with all the censorship that's coming out on Twitter now. It proves it. And, like we said last night, somewhere Elon's got proof that the government was behind a lot of this.
Oh, you're hearing it right now.
It's bound to come out.
And it's coming out. And you know what?
And Trump was right, but he should have just, been an adult about it and not a freaking 2-year-old about it. And then everybody's could be like, they would have been like, yeah, whatever. But, since he acted like a utter asshole, now it's going to be like, yeah, you're right, but we don't, you're an asshole. We're not going to deal with you. But if he would have been a normal person about it, okay, yeah, you were right. We'll eat crow.
But when you say normal person, that means if he would have been a politician.
Yep.
Which he's not.
No, if he would have been just, okay, I feel that the election was stolen from me for this, and this, and then turned around and walked away. Not sit there and done everything that he did the way he did it.
But he knows he's not going to be a career politician, so he's going to raise hell about it, and he don't care if he's not president again. It's not going to bother him one bit. He lost money being in
Oh well, yeah, because he didn't take a paycheck for one.
Everybody else
donated his paycheck.
I think it's well documented. Most other presidents became wealthy while or after being president. He's the only one in recent times, I'll say, that actually lost money. He lost billions.
Yep.
Well, I just think every month that paycheck came out, or every 6 whatever he got paid. There's Kelly McEnary. Well, here's President Trump's paycheck endorsed to whatever charity it's going to go into this particular day and time. So he was 100% clear and upfront where his money was going, and he said he was not going to get paid in office. But there's a law saying that a president cannot work for free, so he did have to take the paycheck. That's why he donated it.
Right.
Yeah, it's real funny when people are set in their ways about not liking somebody, they put the personality instead of the content. And you just have to put everything on paper that he would say and not think who it came from. It's like they did those little street things or say, who said this quote and who said that quote?
Right.
That's definitely Trump. No, Biden said that. Or Hillary Clinton said, you know what I mean? But when people see that face, it really irks people, almost like a ex-husband's or ex-wife. You know, you put the face up there and you're like, oh my God, I can't stand the guy. You know what I mean? Like, but I will say this though, since I had a little background on him before presidency, people would be like, do you know he just can't get along with people. He keeps firing people and he keeps kicking them out of there. And I was like, do you guys remember the show? Wasn't he a real, you know, like, what was his favorite term that he was trying to copyright? It was, you're fired.
Yep.
Because you can't trust people in certain things, and he had the right to. They had so many leaks in the White House because there were like existing people. They didn't like take everybody out and put everybody in one day.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. So
beat of his own drum.
And that's the thing. He did something about it, and on the spot and publicly. You know, he fired, I don't know, 5 people in a week or more.
Yep. And, I'll tell you one thing. You know how they say it, Manny, with like, oh, he didn't pay any taxes? I guarantee you, if you talk to anybody who has money and who has done business and go...
None of them pay taxes.
He knows, and he knows, like the typical citizen, for instance, will be like, listen to a politician say, Warren, for instance, will say, he needs to pay his fair share. It's like, okay, a lot of typical Americans are basic, oh my God, he doesn't pay taxes. Man, these dudes put their money... businesses, so I get irritated. I think what it is people, we don't educate people, and we don't have civics in school, we don't have debates, we don't have, you know what I mean, like real healthy conversations.
Well, look at that debate. There was a I think it was a debate, and as you know, somebody said to Trump, somebody asked him, and they said, so you believe that the system is rigged? You know, why do you say that the system is rigged? And he answered, and there's actually a meme. There's a Dave Chappelle clip going around.
Dave.
He said, the system is rigged. I know because I use the system, and I know that it's rigged. And it's there to be handled. And if you know how to handle it right, if you know how to handle it right, you're going to come out ahead, and you're going to pay less taxes. And, you know, and just because somebody takes advantage of it and others don't, well, that's not his fault. It's the law. He's not doing anything illegal.
Yep, and people act like, oh, he sits down at his desk and does his taxes. No, knuckleheads. Right. He has like 18 million people running his taxes and lawyers, and you're like, he didn't pay. No, he paid.
Can you imagine Trump doing there? He's at the Oval Office. He's got the H&R Block booklet out, and he's going like this.
Let me call my son real quick and let me find out. What's this? What's line 42?
And it's the same with the vaccines. When they said, "Well, I'm not going to take the vaccine if it's Trump," it's like he's in the back mixing stuff up and making the vaccine, shaking a little vial.
Got the thing like it's meth. He's in his bathtub.
Okay, see the whole thing. I'm not taking that vaccine because it's a Trump vaccine. No, what it is Trump made it to. Hey, once you have a formula that works and protects or kills the virus, whatever he said. Start mass producing that damn thing before you even have the green light from the ADA or the FDA. Because we can get that later on, but we want this ready to go when we have approval to use it.
Yep.
That was the warp speed, and that's the way it should have been done, and that's the way it was done.
And you're hitting it. The one thing I was going to tell you, remember that little meme where they put the Lysol and the disinfectant and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It took me like 5 minutes, and I had on my bike. Go inject yourself. And I said, look.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now.
If people actually believe he meant that.
Yeah, and the thing is though, what happened, and looking back, and people have short-term memory, but if you look now, there have been disinfectants. They have been trying to put disinfectants into blood cell, all this kind of stuff. And at that time, when I looked at the exact words he did and how it went, it was legitimately there. Like, there will be not a disinfectant. What was it? I think it was disinfectant. If you just get a chance, look at it. But there was some type of I don't know if it was a vat. I don't know what it was, but I do know that once that meme took off, it was kind of funny. But okay, great. Most of these kids out there had no clue he said it. They don't watch the news, but now they got people saying, "Go get Lysol. Go get
I know
bleach."
exactly.
Got all these kids.
And the guy sitting on his back with his ass up in the air and a funnel in his butt and a gallon of bleach going in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Somebody
But
got
the
blocked.
bleach is
for that.
supposed.
Somebody got,
The bleach
somebody
is.
got Facebook
Hey.
jail for that. For that.
I
photo.
will tell you this. I will tell you
I
this. The
posted
bleach
it.
goes somewhere else, man. It goes in the other side. Not that I know
Bam,
anything. I don't know anything about that.
So, Bam, you got in Facebook jail for that picture.
Yeah, for like 24 hours
Yeah.
because
Oh, that's it?
I seen it and there was a heading on it and it's like Trump said to do this or to kill the coronavirus or whatever, and the liberals took it literally.
Oh yeah. But
And
there was a
I thought
picture
it
or
was
a
funny as
cartoon?
hell. It was a
Oh
cartoon.
no, it was a photo.
No, it was a real picture. That's
Yeah.
right, because they said that it showed nudity. Okay,
It was a profile. It was from the side.
yeah. So
So
you
the
see
guy
no
Oh.
crack,
and
you
he
see
bent
no
over.
balls, you see no nothing. You just seen hip and the gallon of bleach in a funnel.
Yeah.
And they pegged me for nudity, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Do you not see?
Wow.
I mean, one of my best friends takes a picture of his ass daily and posts it on his Facebook page.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing, man. The stuff we have. My dad would be hurting people right now. He's passed some years back, but he'd be like, "Get off of the Twitter. Get off of the Twitter." I was like, "Dad, it's Twitter." And that's what I'd have to do to
Get
hate
off
her.
the Twitter.
He's like, Twitter. I don't give a shit. Just get off of it. They got ugly people on there, nasty people. I'm gonna punch the screen. I'm like,
Yeah, this is the generation of taste the Tide Pods.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Big time.
There's a lot of stupidity in our world, and unfortunately, a lot of it's coming out of college now. I mean,
Yep.
they're just graduating from college, and I mean,
No,
I
it's
don't mean to cut people down. I mean, I'm serious because they are educated to be Democrats, and I just forgot the word. It's the
I know
Venezuelan, whatever Venezuela is. I can't think of it. Socialists. Thank you. They're educated to be Democrats and socialists, and this is what's going to run our country.
Yeah.
And then this whole woke generation, they're all like, oh, you have to use my pronoun. No, fuck you and your pronoun. Fuck you and your pronoun. You have to address me by them and they. No, I don't.
The whole
You can take your pronoun, wad it up, shove it up your ass, and pull it out your throat.
And that's saying it nicely.
Right?
If
That's
I have to
censored.
call you them and they, motherfucker, then you have to call me, oh, your highness, the richest person in the world.
That's right. Call
Pardon
Bam
me.
your
Pardon
highness.
me, your highness. Yeah, fuck you and your pronouns.
Yeah.
In fact, I
I-
just saw this thing of a teacher in Ohio, middle school, mind you, middle school teacher, refused to call a kid by his pronouns. And
Yep.
they friggin' fired him.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
Middle
Thank
school.
God I wasn't. It's crazy.
So ridiculous. It's just,
Yeah. The people that are on this watching this
Yeah.
today, I will wonder how many people like care about current events. Like, I think people have a small world where it's just what they see on certain things. Does that make sense? Like, there's two countries that just attacked each other today.
Mm.
Besides
Two
Russia
of the
and
major-
Ukraine?
Nope. Besides, yeah, but two of the almost superpowers, China, India.
Oh, shit.
Yep, they've been clashing since 2020, but it's there. They had China send 300 soldiers, equipped everything right into there's a province in India that they've been fighting over because it says it's from Tibet, and nobody hears that.
I'll be right back.
But you know what? Thanks, man. I didn't mean to bore Bam. He left me.
Nah.
No, I know, but you see what I'm getting at. It's like we can teach our kids and just say, hey, there's more to it than the computer. But my question would be, what is there? Like, what do we have? We're not doing it in the schools. Schools are pretty much one-sided. Well, I can't say that. It depends what schools you're at, but I just don't know. I'm trying to have a better outlook on things. But when we sit here and, every class we had current events. Every class that I was in school.
We had that in civics class was the one, and
you had to bring it. You had to bring it.
And social studies were the classes where we discussed what's going on today. What happened over the weekend? Sometimes they would make us. He would hand out newspapers to everybody and go, "Yeah, pull to page 3. Let's, did you know this happened?" And that's what's missing, for sure. Yep. Instead, we're too busy telling kids about their pronouns and what gender they may be, or that there's 150 genders or whatever. It's like,
yeah, and see, that's the thing. That's the thing of people. I'm obviously very patriotic and stuff, but they say we want to save our kids, our next generation. I'm like, that's fine. I love the climate control thing. Whatever, whether people believe whatever. Point I'm making is you've got some countries, many countries that don't care about the climate change. So no, it's like if you shit in a house, and you got a 10-room house, if the whole house is open, it's going to end up shitting, smelling in the whole house.
Yeah.
You're asking people to shut all their doors. You know what I'm saying? And if everybody shut their doors, the whole house wouldn't stink. I mean,
right?
I don't know how I came up with that one, but
that's good. That's good though.
Well, I don't know. Shit was in my mind. I don't know. But the point is you got us doing all these things and getting electric cars and all these things. It's like, I think of things in national defense standpoint. You have China at the doorstep here buying businesses in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
You got China buying wind farms right next to Del Rio, Texas, Laughlin Air Force Base.
Already then.
What I'm getting at is this. We have more in our country to worry about.
Yeah,
if you can do both at the same time, I'm good with it. If you had a president or somebody that can handle both of those at the same time, because they're great topics, climate change, it's great. I'm not negative with it. But here we are worried about, we call a guy with a Peter or a woman or a guy, and yet we got, like right now, you got China and India having a skirmish. And
that's all by design.
You don't even know it.
China releases TikTok.
Yep.
What does everybody do? All the liberals get on TikTok, and all of a sudden it's all hell breaks loose, and everybody.
Well, you saw with Abbott. What they did is he signed that order. You see that, right?
Oh, that
state.
The ban the use of TikTok or something like that.
Yeah, and all these people got on, and you can tell who's who. They're like, oh, the guy, he's wasting time. I was like, man.
Trump tried to ban it when he was president because he knew
everything up front. Exactly.
And
I'm telling you. And then they're like, well, he went and talked to Little Rocket Man and stuff. Look, keep your enemies closer, man. Your friends close, your enemies closer, and you got to have dialogue.
Why do you think he was so close to Nancy? That frickin'
exactly.
Yeah, Bam loves Nancy.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
I met her. Like I told you before, I met her when she came to Brownsville.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. Yeah, well, we didn't go out. We didn't go out.
That is just one person that is, the useless person in the world, and she's a sorry excuse for a bag of bones. Is what she is. Sorry, damn excuse for a bag of bones.
When she went she tore that thing, that to me was like, you are the
and
exactly. Whatever little respect I had for her at that point, whatever little bit I had,
exactly
went out the window as soon as she ripped up that.
And that was, that's against the policy. That is. I was
watching that. I was standing.
She should have been fined or something for that.
I was standing up watching my TV's hanging on the wall. I saw that and I went like this. I'm like,
yeah. I looked at it
and then this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's bad. Next State of the Union address, you watch it, right? And it's like having, what do you call it? You have atheists, Catholics,
the
same church. And someone says something good about Catholics that they love, and it's like, hey, and the other ones are sitting here like, and then they say something that's good with the atheists or whatever, and the Catholics are like, oh,
Yep.
not clapping. And it's like this, boom, boom, boom. It doesn't matter what it is. And a lot of people don't know this, but Supreme Court justices in the military cannot clap. They don't know that. So when they see him, they're like, "Oh my God, did you see that Supreme Court? They weren't even clapping."
Right? Yeah, they aren't allowed. They're not allowed to take a side. Yeah.
And it's becoming politicized now, and it's like, you know what? Is what it is. I personally don't think that Americans will let shit get out of hand. Yes, there's not crazy people out there. There's patriots out there that will never allow our country to do that. Because policemen, FBI, all those people, they're patriots deep down inside.
Yeah.
And they're going to do what their government tells them to do to a point. I already know that.
Well, Paisley brought up a good point about energy. I mean, we were so self-sustaining and making our own energy. Now we're purchasing energy from every freaking buddy else in the world.
We were oil dependent, independent. Yeah. We didn't need oil from anybody else.
Yeah, now we're dependent. We're energy dependent. I mean, we're not producing our own energy anymore. We're selling ours and then buying it back. Which, what kind of fucking sense is that?
Okay, I need to say
this. It's funny that people keep saying, "Oh, look, prices are going down. Gas prices are going down." Yeah, Biden, thanks, Biden. It's like prices were already down. They're still not too low as where they used to be.
And you could, I think it's funny about it. You got all these people that they don't even know how to do their own finances and stuff, and yet now they know all about oil and natural gas, and it's like, okay, man, you're right on point. But put all presidents, parties aside, okay? If you have one national leader in the United States and you're going through an energy situation, when your kid's on energy boards in China, in Ukraine, doesn't matter. He gets on when you're vice president, he's on the board. Natural gas, Google it, natural gas, Ukraine, all that. You'll see the whole picture, but people don't want to do that. So I don't care if people say, well, this and Trump. I don't care. Just, is it right when you're a vice president to get your kid on a board? A trip over there. I mean, you know what I'm getting at. Just use common sense. It's like you can say Trump and everybody's corrupt, but throw Biden in there. It's the most corrupt family in a long time. Who cares? Right? We have corrupt presidents.
Have you seen? Do you guys? Anybody have Fox Nation, that app? It's like a.
I got it for free for a year.
That's right. Veterans get it for free. There's a whole series in there about Joe. Who is Hunter Biden? I think it's called.
Yep.
Have you seen this thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen that, you should sign up, even if just to watch just that. If you think that Hunter Biden is innocent.
Oh, he's not innocent.
Oh, you'll see. You're gonna see some shit come out real soon, man. And it's not from Republicans. It'll be a whole different. It's crazy.
So Renee, hang on. Renee was asking if there's been we have any updates on Vaughn McCrae. We don't. There has been nothing released on Marvin McCrae, and his wife has been pretty much hush on everything.
Oh wow!
And a lot of he's a veteran. He's a Marine as well, and a lot of the other channels. When this thing broke over the summertime, a lot of other pages started covering it, and then they started fighting with each other, and then that, the story became the fight between the pages covering Vaughn McCrae, instead of Vaughn McCrae being what's going on with Vaughn,
right?
And then there's not a gag order; they're just not saying anything. His wife has got total control. And she's not saying anything as to what's going on with him at all. And everybody's wondering, it was a hoax that he had died, I think last month, a couple months ago. And that turned out to be false as well. So nobody knows anything. And if anybody who says they do know, they're probably lying just to maybe get views or whatever. So unfortunately, I don't have any news on that. And it gets to a point where you don't want to chase something if you're just gonna be running around chasing your own tail, or like they say, a wild goose chase, right? So that's why I decided to just drop it, and we'll see when it comes up again. We'll discuss it then as well.
Wow.
And then somebody else brought up. Somebody said something about. What about our power grid needs updated and the money we're having to give to aid to China and all the other countries? We could fix our country, lower our taxes for our own people.
Yep.
Valid points, all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's these questions that are getting asked are great. What we need to do, everybody, is just understand that we only know 1%, if that, of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and then was it Virginia or
We
South
only know
Carolina where they
1% of
had
what's
like
going
all
on.
those blackouts?
Yeah.
Because they were shooting at power grids. I mean, was that a test?
I heard about that one.
Didn't happen
That's
in
crazy.
was that Virginia? Is that
It
what
was
it was?
Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere over there. And it's like they just shot at the power grid and knocked half the state out of power. So it's like, is this a test to see what they can actually, how much they can actually give a blackout for? And are they gonna like go around and shoot and put half the country in the dark?
Yeah, you hit a few of those, and we're having a problem.
Yeah,
That's no secret, unfortunately.
yeah. I mean, it only takes 4 or 5 of them, and you got half the country gone.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to throw this out there as well. Thursday, we're going to have Lynn Marie Garcia. If you remember who Lynn Marie Garcia is, she was an investigator involved in the Melissa Lucio case. Melissa Lucio was the first Hispanic woman to be put on death row in the state of Texas. I'm not sure about the whole country, but in the state of Texas.
I remember that.
Yeah, she was accused of murder of her less than 2-year-old child, and the details of which are sketchy. Although at this point I've changed my opinion. I've formed a new opinion. And there was a documentary made. It's on Hulu. If you have Hulu and you haven't seen it yet, check out the state of Texas versus Melissa. And that happened down here in the Valley. She is from Harlingen. Part of her family's in Brownsville as well. And the baby in question is...
the one with the stairs? The baby on the stairs?
Correct, yes.
Oh, wow.
Baby Mariah.
That documentary was...
Yeah, well, Lynn Marie Garcia is one of the investigators who was in that movie, and I interviewed her. I interviewed the filmmaker who made the documentary, Sabrina Van Tassel.
Right.
And I spent quite a few months on that, and there's a lot to open up there. And so Lynn Marie Garcia has written a few books, and she's an author now, and she does a lot of cool things. And we're gonna talk about some of her.
That'd be fun to hear.
She wrote some crime stories, which are based on cases that she was involved in. And she's got books out. And we're going to help her promote and talk about some of the stuff. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be a fun evening.
Yep.
So if you can tune in, be with us on Thursday evening for that.
That's crazy, man.
Marie Garcia on Thursday night.
What's
7
up,
o'clock-ish, something like that. Hey, no more Cheesekees Lies. Legend is in the house. And everyone who's been with us, Paisley and Naya and Lavina, welcome. Glad you made it, Bonnie. Everyone, I didn't catch all the names, but thanks for being here with us tonight. I think we'll wrap it up at this point.
I got one thing to add, Manny.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing to add real quick. And we gotta leave it as Nancy Pelosi. People don't cut out early.
Oh boy.
Can we do this for a topic next time? Did you guys know, you remember January 6, 2021?
Oh, yeah.
A certain thing that happened, okay? And that day, and this is real, there's no conspiracy theory. The FBI on January 6, 2021 released the papers and investigation of Nancy Pelosi's father when he was either the governor or he was Baltimore's mayor of being organized crime, right? JFK, it was in 1961, JFK ordered the investigation. If you look at the articles, it says the papers were quietly released on January 6th.
No way.
Yes, I mean, I'm not joking, and I hope people out there are like, this guy's kind of fruity. No, it's serious. That's what I'm saying. I just look it over. She comes from the family of really political people, and they're Italian. And January 6, 2021, I just want people to see it and then just understand at that point, this isn't about Nancy. It's about us using the computer like what you're doing here to have debates. And if just one person right now goes and looks at it, they'll be like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know. I'm sorry to end it off on like,
no, I get it. That's
by the way, it's the same thing as the lady you're getting on there, because it shows all this doubt, and that lady is really interested. The Lucio case.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. I want to try to get an update from the DA's office. By the way, Kate here is admiring your huge fingers.
They're actually like I did play basketball, and the basketball is the size of a baseball in my hand.
Oh, you got big hands then.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
in other words, you can palm a basketball.
I palm a basketball with 2 fingers.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh yeah, basketball size, that's for sure.
But you remember my dad played in the NBA? I told you that.
Yep.
Years back. But anyways, big hands. It has me blushing. I'm all sweaty. I don't hear you over there, Bam.
I bet Kate is blushing too right now.
What's that?
I bet Kate is blushing too right about now.
I don't know. I can't see the comment. I gotta go wash my hands.
I gotta go wash my hands, right?
Yeah, I gotta wash my hands.
All right, we're gonna call it a night on that note. Bam, any parting words, Bam?
Have a good night, everybody. One nation, one people.
You all be good, man. It's great talking with you guys.
Did Mike
Have
Leach
a good night,
pass
Chris.
away?
You too, man.
Who? What?
Mike Leach had a heart attack?
Yeah, serious one.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I know he had a heart attack. I don't know he died, though.
Oh, he died?
Yes.
Oh, that just happened. Yeah, that just happened because I saw it earlier. Unless it was this morning.
The player, let's see.
I think within the last couple hours.
Yes. The death, 13 hours ago. He's only 61.
Telling you, these celebrities, they're dropping like flies. They should not go woke.
Whoever's listening,
you drop like a fly.
I'll tell you something. If anybody really wants to know who Mike Leach was, put up on YouTube, and he is one of the most charismatic. He was always pumping, just. You don't want to piss him off. So, anyways, it's probably.
Dang it! I know I saw he had a medical issue. I didn't know he had died.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't look at the thing. Wow, horrible.
Yeah,
61. All right, man.
Too young.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna have we'll come back with some more stuff tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll see what happens in the news. And I ultimately wanted this to be like a radio program.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys got talk radio in the morning, and they just whatever the topics are, current events or whatever, you talk about that, and next thing you know, 2 hours later, we're still discussing whatever.
Yeah, and then, you know what's really good? Like once we get off here, is I didn't feel you're one-sided. I'm not one-sided. I'm not. I can tell you, just if I can help anybody look at the whole picture, and I love going like just we all can learn something from each other.
Hey, Chuck is in the house. Chuck is one huge Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I like
opposing opinions on almost everything political.
Yep.
But he's a good guy. He's not rude or nasty, and neither are we for that matter. Well, except for Bam. But I pretty much let everybody be how they want to be.
That's good.
And even if your opinion, I like Trump. I could use him less on Twitter.
Yes.
Take the phone away from him, in fact, and I'll be okay with that. But I don't care if you guys don't or whoever doesn't. That's that's fine. I'm not going to go block anybody just because you say something or make fun of or whatever. And this is one of the few places where you can come and say your piece, and everything is fine. All I ask is that you don't be an a-hole. That's all. That's all I ask.
Okay. I can
can't be an asshole anymore.
I'll
Except for
forfeit
Bam.
yeah. I'll forfeit 2 hours of assholishness. Let Bam do that.
I
I'll
live
hold
to
on.
be an asshole.
Oh, he's good at it too. You know.
I am.
So
I am.
all right.
That's-
On that note, we'll see you Thursday for sure. We'll figure out tomorrow. If not, for sure on Thursday with Lynn Marie Garcia. I'll put that ad out today.
All right.
And if nobody's got anything else, everyone have a great
Bye.
night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.